Boelter Jones, Pro Football Hall of Famer, top 100.
Tyler Lockett from the Seattle Seahawks.
DK Metcalf.
Hey, Burleson, you're watching NorbCam.
NorbCam. You're watching Norb.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is NorbCam back again to try to do this video, take two. I had a few technical computer difficulties earlier, and hopefully this time we got things worked out. Fingers crossed. All right. Graham's in the house. My name is Adam. Luke Olson, Joel 18, Soren O'Neill, Blizzard Peak, Nathan, Beast Gaming, Flesh Cannon, Addison Shable. I hope you guys can hear me okay. And hopefully soon enough you'll be able to hear my panel as well, since I'd like to get them to weigh in on what's going on in the world of the Seahawks in particular. As I said in the title, or I wrote in the title, the idea of Kaepernick, Colin Kaepernick going to the Seahawks. We're going to talk about that in just a second. And then, of course, what I say is I think the easiest Seahawks trivia game yet that I've put up here. We're going to find out shortly. And so without further ado, let's try this one more time. Let's bring in my panel here to talk about these things. There they are. Hopefully you guys can hear them this time. I got Seahawks Martin over here, Calvin Domingo down in the corner, and my special guest, first time on the show, Robel, is it Tatek or Tatek? Tatek, Robel Tatek, who happened to win one of the previous contests, got a perfect 12 out of 12, unbelievable, and he earned a spot to be a co-host on the show today, so we're going to get to know him a little bit. So before we go into it, just in case for those of you who are new to the show or haven't seen one of these with my guests on here, I wanted to make sure you guys know who these guys are. So starting to my left here, Seahawks Martin, I want you to give them a quick elevator pitch about who you are and what you do.
First of all, can you guys hear me okay in the chat? Can you guys hear me? Let's see.
I think we can. I do believe the sound is good. Nobody's saying anything. They can't hear anything. So I think we're good. Go ahead. Keep rolling with it. Yes, they can hear you.
Nice.
Yes.
Yep. My channel is called Seahawks Martin. Right down there. It says so. On my channel, I just talk Seahawks football, react to some Seahawks news, give you the latest updates. And of course, my show that has 3 episodes through. Hopefully, episode 4 comes out this week. If not, then I'm sorry, you guys. But yeah, my show we just talk about football. It's kind of based off the Boelt that Calvin and Noah host, and that just saying. You guys have to listen to the Boelt on Saturdays. It's awesome, seriously. And I love listening to trying to answer Boelt Jeopardy questions. But yeah, I just talk football on that show with my friends. We just kick in. It's awesome. But yeah, if you guys love Seahawks and you guys hate what reporters say about East Coast bias and stuff like that in the NFL, then subscribe to my channel, subscribe to Norb's channel, and everybody here. But yeah, that's pretty much what my channel is about.
All right, so you mentioned the Boelt and KGRG, so let's go to Calvin Domingo in the corner here, a regular contributor to the show and also has his own show with Noah, who's not available today. He's got to make that money. So we got Calvin representing the Boelt show and his own channel. So Calvin, tell everybody a little bit about what you do.
Yes, sir. So my name is Calvin Domingo. You guys might know me as Steezy A. Smith on YouTube. As Seahawks Martin mentioned, every single Saturday, we're on the radio. We talk sports on our show called The Boelt from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can find us at 89.9 FM, or if you can't tune in from 10 to 1, you can always download the KGRG app. If you can't tune in at any of those times for whatever reason, you can also find our podcast on SoundCloud. We usually try to upload it right after the show ends, and so usually after 1 p.m., you could go on SoundCloud. Link will be in the description. And so you can kind of just follow us on SoundCloud and stay tuned for future segments. And also on YouTube, Noah's not here, but just want to shout him out real quick. His link will be in the description. He posts daily videos in the world of sports, NBA, NFL. Be sure to check out my brother. And as for me, I post weekly videos. Actually just posted one just yesterday talking about why Russell Wilson will win the 2020-2021 NFL MVP. So y'all go make sure to show me some love. Check that out. Link will be in the description. And don't forget, show everyone else on this panel some love. This show wouldn't be what it is without them. Seahawks Martin, NorbCam, and our special guest, Robel. And so there you have it.
All right. And so speaking of our special guest, before I jump into that, there was a super chat. I want to acknowledge Jeremy Goebel, Chrysosimo 2.0 in the house, LOL. That's right. Always imitated but never replaced. There's only one original Crisostomo. All right. Let's talk to our special guest now, Robel, who, as I said earlier, got a perfect 12 out of 12 on a previous trivia contest. Robel, welcome to the show. So first, I got to ask you. So, are you from the area? What's your history as a Seahawks fan? Where do you live, and how long have you been a Seahawks fan?
So I've been. I lived in Seattle until I think 2010, and then I moved to Maryland. I've been a Seahawks fan since 2010. I've been watching them ever since.
All right, cool. This the year of the Beastquake playoff game when Pete Carroll's first season with the Seahawks. That's cool. And tell me a little bit about what yourself. You are. Are you still in school? What are you doing right now, or while you're over there in Maryland?
Next year I'm going to 11th grade. So 2 more years and I'm going to go to college.
So what's it like being in? So you're in high school, going to be a junior. So you're in the East Coast. What's it like being a Seahawks fan over on the East Coast? Is it tough? Do you have other Seahawks fans you get to connect with, or do you have to sort of fight the battle, fight the good fight on your own? What's it like over there?
Yeah, there's a couple of Seahawks fans, but it's mostly like Ravens or Redskins fans.
Yeah, I can imagine. Now, I got to ask, how long have you been following my content? You obviously came on here to do the trivia show, which you won. How did you find out about me, and how long have you been watching my videos?
I think I've been seeing your channel since like 2015. I think I saw your first the Who's Got Your Back video. I've been like watching since.
Nice. So I appreciate you watching my videos. What is your, if you don't mind asking, what is your favorite all-time NorbCam video? Putting you on the spot here. He's like, oh, geez, I only remember that one.
Probably the NFC Championship game.
Oh, the miracle at the Clink against the Packers. Definitely one of my favorite games of all time. That and the Super Bowl win and Super Bowl 48, of course, the two favorite of all time. All right, so our resident 49er nice guy fan, Rohan, said, let me guess, is internet bandwidth going to do the show in today? Well, internet had nothing to do with the problems I had earlier. This is just a computer problem. But I do have to say, as a public service announcement, I was wondering why I wasn't getting as fast a bandwidth as I thought I should be. And as it turns out, the weak link in my chain was I was using only Cat5 and not Cat5e cables from my computer to my system. So after I switched it out to Cat5e, ladies and gentlemen, my bandwidth jumped from like 100 megabits to like 500 something. So I've got like crazy internet speed, all because I switched my cables. So make sure you check your cables and make sure you have the maximum that you can get. So hopefully I didn't jinx myself just now and say I got this great speed and all of a sudden everything's going to choke and die on me. But so far so good. So far so good. All right, so let's get into it a little bit here. There's been a lot of talk, obviously, with everything that's been going on lately. Colin Kaepernick back in the news, mostly because of what he started with his kneeling protest 4 years ago, which seems like an eternity ago now, has come full circle with everything that's happened. And basically what he had stood for was police brutality and unfair justice throughout the United States. And that message was often lost because of the way he was protesting. Now, with everything going on, Colin Kaepernick back in the news, and more so in the Seattle world, the potential, and it's been mentioned not only by Coach Carroll and Russell Wilson himself, but many people talking about the possibility of Colin Kaepernick to the Seahawks. People in the chat, I'd love to hear your thoughts and what you think about the idea of Colin Kaepernick potentially being a backup on the Seattle Seahawks. But let me start up with Martin. What's your thoughts on the possibility of Colin Kaepernick in a Seahawk uniform? What do you think about that?
Oh man, it would be interesting considering, he played for our biggest rival. Well, used to be our. Well, how do I say it? Like, they used to be our biggest rivals, and then they weren't our biggest rivals, and now they're our biggest rivals again. It's pretty crazy. But seeing him in a Seahawks uniform would be pretty interesting. Like, I'm kind of I don't know what to say because like having him back up Russell Wilson would be good because if Russ somehow went down or something like that, we would have a good QB to back him up. Like I don't know if we would worry that bad, considering Russell literally is our entire offense, in my opinion. But then at the same time, he's been in a bunch of controversy, all the protests and stuff. And having him in a locker room, you don't know if he could mess it up or not. But right now I'm kind of split between it. I kind of want Kaepernick, but then I kind of don't. So yeah, that's where I'm gonna stay for now.
All right. That is, I always said, you could be a future politician, maybe even a future president of the United States. And that was a very safe, middle of the line, not offend one side or the other answer right there. Ready to play that safe. But let me go to Calvin. Let's find out, what's your thoughts on the idea of Colin Kaepernick going to the Seahawks?
I would love it. I've been a big proponent of Cap signing with the Hawks for a couple of years now, ever since he started kneeling. Just because we've never had a proven quarterback backing up Russell Wilson. I'm not too content with Anthony Gordon and Geno Smith backing up Russell Wilson. As with Anthony Gordon, he's very unproven, and he went undrafted for a reason, not to disrespect his game or anything like that. And then with Geno Smith, we've seen and we know what he can do. And with every single stop, with every single team that he's been on, those teams have been terrible. And so let's say the worst does happen and Russ were to ever go down, knock on wood, I don't think we would win very many games with Geno Smith as our starting quarterback. And because we haven't really had a capable starting quarterback for the last couple of years, Cap would instantly upgrade that situation. I believe that he's better than at least, I'd say maybe 5 to 10 starting quarterbacks in football today. He would fit right into the offense. We wouldn't have to change anything up. He's a mobile quarterback. And the conversation back then was between RG3, Colin Kaepernick, Cam Newton, Russell Wilson. And when it comes to mobile quarterbacks, he's always been in that conversation as one of the best. Even though he's been away from football for a couple of years now, he's still working hard. He's still training. He's still doing his thing. And so I'd love for him to be in Seattle. And to your point, Martin, I don't think he would divide up the locker room. If anything, I feel like he would bring everyone together just because of the whole Black Lives Matter movement and how everyone's so supportive and showing love, to the movement. I think that he would actually bring guys together in the locker room. He would help to unite everyone. I think that it'd be good for the NFL. And mainly, I want him to come in just because I still believe that he's truly capable of being able to start for at least a couple of football teams out there. And yeah, I'd like to see us make it happen.
I see the chat, and I know that even talking about this subject, of course, is going to bring a lot of polarized, opposite viewpoints. Let's try to keep it civil in the chat, and I'd like to try to keep it as not political as possible, if it's even possible to do that, because it's hard not to have one without the other. But to my special guest, Robel, let's hear your perspective. You're close to the nation's capital where you live now. What's your thought? The idea of Colin Kaepernick as a backup quarterback to Russell Wilson on the Seahawks?
I think it's going to be really interesting because you have to know that Colin Kaepernick used to be one of the better quarterbacks 6-7 years ago. And he's been to 2 Super Bowls or 1 Super Bowl and 2 championships. So I feel like backing up Russell Wilson, it's gonna get him out of that slump that he's been for not being in the NFL for a couple years. And I feel like he can get back into the momentum. Okay.
Well, my thought, I did a poll on this earlier on YouTube, and about 529 people responded. And to my surprise, actually, I asked the question, do you support players who plan to kneel during the national anthem, which obviously was Colin Kaepernick's big protest move, which arguably was probably the reason why he hasn't been on a team since he left the 49ers. Of those 529 people, 69% said yes, they would support players who would kneel during the national anthem. Only 31% said no. I was a little surprised at that. I thought it'd be a closer margin, but I found that pretty fascinating. My take on the whole thing with the idea of Colin Kaepernick, if it had been 4 years ago, I did not like the idea. I believe I spoke about it, saying that it would be too much controversy, too much negative energy coming to the team that we didn't need. But looking at it now and the climate that we are in right now, I feel like I'm more receptive to this move now than I was 4 years ago. And there's kind of two sides about it. Now, if I were to look at it just from a football standpoint, the big question is, there's several questions you have to consider. One is, how football ready is he? He hasn't even been in to really do a workout with anybody. Nobody can do, workouts in person yet. So there's that first thing to look at is what shape is he in? Two, what kind of game can he bring? Not having been actively on the football field for at least 2, almost 3+ years, is he still the same guy he was when we played him back in the early 2000s when he was running amok everywhere, running all up and down, and we were lucky to stop him with Sherman doing the tip in that NFC Championship game in 2013. But he was one of those guys where we kept thinking it's going to be a long battle with him for years to come, and it was. But luckily, we owned the 49ers after that point for many seasons to go. But he definitely could run back then. The question is, can he still run now? And and then all the other intangibles that a quarterback needs to have. Then of course there's the idea of financially, what does he want to get paid to be on a team? Let's say Seattle's actually interested. They've got limited space with having already signed Geno Smith, who's only a little over $1 million to be the backup as it is right now. Not sure what Kaepernick's looking for, but if the money is I think in that level where Seattle would be interested to play, to talk with them about it, I think the possibility still is there. But then it just becomes the other part, the part that nobody's really will admit to talking about. But would they take the chance on signing him because of what his politics brings? And is the climate so different now that obviously in the recent news, Goodell, and even Drew Brees, who first very staunchly said he would not support or does not agree with people who kneel for the flag, has since done a 180 and now says he essentially changed his position and he is okay and is supportive of it. And Roger Goodell even has admitted that they should have listened the first time when Colin Kaepernick had brought it up. So I think it's a very different NFL, very different climate now, but I think opens that up. So now it just becomes down to, if you put all that aside, can he bring something to the table and impress the likes of the Seattle Seahawks as a potential backup quarterback? So again, like everything, time will tell to see what happens in this situation. But I think definitely it's a lot more likely now than it was 4 years ago, or even when he came out for a visit in 2018, 2 years ago, when Seattle did give him kind of at least a visit, a meeting, but passed on him at the time. So we'll see. It's definitely interesting, but so many things going on right now in the NFL that between games to be played, the politics involved, there's so much changing the landscape of what we know the game to be right now. So it's going to be interesting what they come up with in the next 2 to 3 months before the real season starts. So again, if you guys have an opinion on it, feel free to put that in the chat and let everybody else know what your thoughts are on it. And we'll see. Time will tell. But anyway, let's go to what I think change lighten the mood a little bit here. You guys ready for some trivia?
Yes, sir.
All right, so the way this works is everybody out there, get your Kahoot app or launch Kahoot.com on an alternate device. That way you can listen to the questions from me and then play the game on another device. It's kind of hard to do both on one, I think. But this is going to be Seahawks trivia, kind of a whole range of questions. And then while you guys on YouTube are playing, I'm going to have the panel of Cal, Martin, and Robel also playing along, but they won't be actually in the game. They're just going to be answering here and sharing their thoughts. So we'll see how the panel does versus how the audience in YouTube does. So let's do this thing. Everybody get your Kahoots fired up and get ready to enter the number right here. We can get about 50, maybe 60 people on max. So here we go. Let's get it going right here. Stand by, and here comes the number. The PIN number for the game is 759-1878. To join the game, punch in 759-1878. We'll get about 50 players in this one. 759-1878. We've got Hunter. We've got Tyler. Robel is in there. Robel, are you in there? Kyle, Graham, Ian Ongers, Chappie 27, C-Fence, Soren, Pat, Ace Pulls, got 43. Wow, that was quick. 43 players. Big Low in the house. Is that the Big Low? What's up, Low? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Dave 6, Michael Mullins, that dude. Cameron, we got 50 players now. I'll give you 30 more seconds to sign on. Melanie Weber in the house, that dude in the house. Yo boy Alex, I'll recognize these names from previous ones. This is going to be the easiest trivia contest. You know why? You don't have to know a thing about the Seahawks and you could possibly win, because this is going to be a true-false contest. Every question is true-false. So it's either A or B. You have a 50% chance of getting any question, which means your likelihood of getting it right goes up by double from a usual game. We got 60 people now playing. Tyler in the house. Flight in June. 15 seconds, and then we'll get this bad boy started. Like I said, true, false. That means you only got your first choice, your second choice. 12 questions. The last 3 questions are worth double points, kind of like double jeopardy. So if you're behind, you might have a chance to steal and get the win at the final 3 questions. 50-50, which can also be just as frustrating when you don't get it. All right. 64 players in there. I'm going to get my little pencil for my scoreboard. Hang on. Okay, 64, 65 of you. Chase is in there. 66. I thought I had a limit of 50, but all right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, that's it. Let's let the games begin. Question 1, here we go. True or false? When the Seahawks entered the NFL, they were in the NFC. True or false? Seahawks, when they first entered the league, were in the NFC. Blue for true, red for false. Got to give you an easy one right here. 5 seconds. Look at that. I guess it wasn't as easy as I thought. 17 of you got it right. But if you said the NFC, that would have been correct. The 49 of you got 49. 49ers. 49 of you guys got that one wrong. Thought it was the AFC. Yes, it was the NFC. We started there and then switched quickly to the AFC until we switched back in 2002. Let's see how our panel is got this one. Martin, let's have you go first.
You stole my thunder, Norb. I was literally gonna explain what you literally just said. Yeah, we started in the NFC 1976, so yeah, this one I got true. Ding.
All right, Cal.
Wow, I actually thought we started in the AFC.
Oh!
I got that wrong.
Everybody thinks of the old school Seahawks, and you remember the Raiders and the Chiefs, which was the AFC. But yeah, that first, I want to say it was like, I can't remember if it was 1 year or 2 years. It didn't last long, and they switched us to AFC. Robel, how'd you do on this one?
I got this one wrong. I thought they were in the AFC for until 1990 something. I don't know.
Oh man. I thought this was an easy one. Maybe I overestimated my audience here. Well, Robel, I'm sorry. Your 12 for 12 streak ended real quick. 0 for 1. I got to start a new win streak right here. Let's go see how the audience point-wise did in the leaderboard. Oh, look at that. Norb is a cutie with 1,000 points at the top. Bob Simmons, number 2. Is that my buddy Bob Simmons? Regular of many rival shows on NorbCam. LML in the 305 in 3rd. Mateo Estrada in 4th. And Norb is the best in 5th. Look at that. 2 Norbs is a something here in the first round. I love it. Okay, we're going to the next question. Here we go. True or false? The Seahawks have never had a number 1 draft pick. True or false? The Seahawks have never had a number 1 draft pick. True or false? Blue for true, red for false. The Seahawks have never had a number 1 draft pick. You've got 5 seconds. And time is up. Oh, most of you got that. 37 of you got it correct in YouTube land. But let's see how our friends here in the panel did. Calvin, let's start with... Actually, no, let's go with Martin. Martin?
Oh no. I thought it was false because when you're an expansion team, don't you usually get like the first pick? So I thought like 1976 you get the first pick as an expansion team or something like that. So that was
your logic is correct. The problem was that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were also an expansion team in 1976. I believe they got the first pick. So the highest we ever picked was number 2, and that was what we did. We had the number 2 pick in the 1976 draft. Let's go with Cal. How did you do on this one?
Wow, if anyone's stealing thunder here, that's Martin, because he literally said everything that I was gonna say. 1976, yeah, because we were an expansion team, I thought we had the first overall pick. But as we said, we actually ended up with the second overall pick. So I got it wrong.
Wow, tough day for the panel. Robel, do we have a win streak going here?
Yep, we do. I said true.
Was that a guess, or did you actually know this?
No. I think I saw like some article saying how like the Seahawks never had like a number 1 pick. So I guess I just remember that.
Okay, all right. Well, let's see how the scoreboard changes after that question. Wow, a lot of changes here. Michael Mullins moves to first. LML in the 305 moves to second. Legion of Zoom into third. Andrew Dahomey in fourth. And Nolan in fifth. Let's go to the next question. True or false? Russell Wilson has never received an MVP vote. True or false? Russell Wilson has never received an MVP vote. And if you watched the video recently by Calvin, you would know this answer very well. True or false? Russell Wilson has never received an MVP vote. Time is up. Most of the YouTube land got that one correct. That is true. Russell Wilson has unbelievably never received an MVP vote, which is crazy. 39 of you guys got that correct. Let's go to our panel. Martin.
Yeah, I watched Calvin's video, Team Steezy, hashtag Team Steezy. But yeah, it's messed up that he has no MVP votes. That voting panel's tripping.
Yeah, it's crazy. What does the guy have to do? Let's go to Cal. I'm like, Cal, you can't miss your own question here, Cal. I'm not even gonna have to ask you if you got this one right. I know you did. But yeah, you defended as well. What was the thrust of your argument talking about why Russell Wilson should be an MVP winner?
Basically, I was just saying that like next season he'll have the most talent around him as far as his receiving weapons go. We have a 3-headed monster at tight end. We have a future superstar in the making in DK Metcalf. And Russ has been doubted his entire career. He was drafted in the 3rd round because he was supposedly too short. A lot of people said that he wouldn't succeed in the NFL, and here he is now. He's a Super Bowl winner, future Hall of Famer. He leads the Seahawks in almost every single passing category all time. And I just think that because he's never received an MVP vote, because Pro Football Focus wanted to rank him as the 33rd best player in the last decade in the NFL with guys like Matt Ryan over him, I just think that he's going to use those slights and use it as motivation to have his best season next year yet.
All right. Go to his video to go check out exactly his full breakdown of the Russell Wilson, why he'll be MVP in 2020. But Robel, how did you do on this question?
Yeah, I also saw Calvin's video.
Appreciate
and it's crazy how like players like Derek Carr and like DeMarco Murray have gotten MVP votes, and like Russell Wilson hasn't. It's just like the disrespect is real.
Tell me about it.
Derek Carr is, I don't know what to call him. He's just trash, okay? And if he had an MVP, that is wrong.
Yeah, that's crazy. Derek Carr, Russell Wilson, that makes no sense at all. All right, let's keep this thing going. Let's see what the scoreboard shakes out after that little question here. Michael Mullins stays on top with 3,003 points. Nolan to second. Rubber Toe 123 to third. Cameron Hughes in fourth. And Seahawks 2021 moves into the fifth spot. Here's the next question. Again, all true, false. Here we go. Steve Largent is the only player to wear number 80 for the Seahawks. True or false? Steve Largent, is he the only player to wear number 80 for the Seahawks? Blue for true, red for false. You've got 5 seconds. Steve Largent. Hall of Famer. Only player to wear number 80? Let's find out. Most of YouTube got that one correct. Yes, that is false. I'll let my panel, let's see if my panel knows, if they got this right, one of you guys can explain it. I have a feeling Martin knows this one. Martin, what'd you get?
Yep, false. Actually, Largen's number was actually retired, but then Jerry Rice, yes, that Jerry Rice, he came into Seattle for, 1 year or something, and then he asked Steve Largent if he could wear number 80, so he got to wear number 80, and so that means it's false. Well
argued there. Cal, did you know this one?
Yes, sir. You know what they say, great minds think alike. And once again, Martin and I are on the same page.
All right. Robel?
Yeah, I got false.
All right. So after these questions so far, we've got a tie between Robel and Martin with Cal with 2. So three for Robel, 3 for Martin, and 2 for Cal. Pretty close game. And I got to quickly go to the super chat. There was a comment there. Golden Seahawks says, I can't choose C when in doubt. That's right. No C in doubt this time. You only got to choose one or the other. All right, let's see what we got here in the scoreboard. The changes are flying fast, but Michael Mullins way in top at first. Nolan stays in second. Rubber Toe 123 stays in third. Closely followed by Seahawks 2021 in fourth. And Pat Mahini? I'm not sure, Mahini or Mahini, new into the top 5 at 5th place. Here we go, the next question. Matt Hasselbeck holds the record for most games over 400 passing yards. True or false? Matt Hasselbeck holds the record for most career games over 400 passing yards. True or false? Most career games with over 400 passing yards. Is it Matt Hasselbeck? You have 3 seconds. Time is up. Oh, 19 of you got that one right. 42 missed it. Majority of the people missed that one. That was a little tricky one. Get a little tougher on this one. Let's see how our panel did. Martin.
I guessed, and I chose true. I actually didn't really know this. And so I went with true and I got it wrong, so darn it.
Okay, opens the door for someone to take the lead or catch up here. Calvin, do you possibly tie and catch up with Martin in the scoreboard?
Not this time around. I just guessed because I didn't really know, and I went with true.
Yeah, well, it would be an easy one to guess for sure. That's why it was tricky. Robel, how about you?
Yeah, I said true because I assumed Matt Hasselbeck had like a lot of passing yards, and since he's been with us for like so long, and like Russell Wilson, he's not really like a passing yards type of guy, so I just went with true.
Well, and I think if I was you answering that question, I would have said the same thing. But the reality, it was actually Dave Craig who holds the career number of games with over 400 passing yards, and that was 4 times he did that. Only 4 times, believe it or not. I guess I didn't realize how hard it is to throw for over 400 yards in Seattle. So yes, Dave Craig holds the record for most career games over 400. So let's see how the panel, or let's see how the audience did after that one. Michael Mullins still on top, but Flight in June moving close ahead in second. Nolan stays in third. Kegels Bagels, familiar name, comes into fourth. Rubber Toe 123 drops to fifth. Let's go to the next question. True or false? Franco Harris played fullback for the Seahawks. True or false? Franco Harris, the famous recipient of the Immaculate Reception while in Pittsburgh, number 32, as you see in the picture there. Was he a fullback for the Seahawks? True or false? Time is up. And most of the YouTube audience got that one correct. 38 of you said true. Yes, he was a fullback for the Seahawks. Let's see if how well our panel knows this. Martin?
Yeah, he was. For like, what, 8 games?
It was less. Yep.
True.
Do you remember? Well, let's see what the rest of the panel does. Cal, did you get this one right?
I did. That name sounds familiar, and so I was just like, I think it's true, and so.
All right, Robel.
Yeah, I said true only because I saw this on Madden.
Madden to the rescue. Well, that keeps this very tight with you guys. Martin and Robel tied at 4 with Calvin at 3. Do you guys have an idea what year it was? This is off the record, not part of the game, but any ideas?
Early
In the
80s.
90s?
It was in the 80s. It was actually in 84, 1984. So let's go see how the rest of the scoreboard changes for YouTube land. Wow, we've got a new person at the top now. Flight in June moves to the first spot. Michael Mullins drops to second. Nolan in third. Deadly moves up to fourth. And Rubber Toe holding strong at fifth place. Let's go to the next question. So many changes. Here we go. True or false? Jim Zorn holds the record for most passes intercepted in a season. True or false? Jim Zorn holds the record for most passes intercepted in a single season. There he is against the Raiders. Jim Zorn holds the record for most passes intercepted in the season. True or false? Time is up. Ooh, audience almost split on this one, but most of them actually got this correct. That is, if you answered true, you would be correct. Jim Zorn did have the single season interception record. How did our panel do? Martin?
I guessed, and I got it right. Thank goodness for 50-50.
Okay, Calvin.
I also got it right. He was our first starting quarterback ever, and so you would expect a few growing pains to kind of start off. So I said true.
Okay, Ravel.
Yep, I also guessing got it right.
You guessed and got it right. All right, so the score remains tight. 5 for Martin, 5 for Robel, and 4 for Calvin. In case you were wondering what that number was, it was 27 interceptions in his first year. It was his rookie season, by the way, for Jim Zorn. A whopping 27 interceptions. Let's see how the scoreboard changes for the YouTube audience. Oh, Michael Mullins moves back up to first. Help with a little help from Jim Zorn. Deadly moves up on fire right now into second. Flight in June in third. Bob Simmons moves back up to the top 5 at fourth place. And TJ Wilborn moves into fifth. If that's my buddy Bob Simmons, what's up, man? Haven't talked to you in a while. Hope all's good. Let's go to the next question. Here we go. True or false? After retiring from football, Cam Chancellor moved back to his home state of Virginia. Bam Bam Cam. After retiring from football, he moved back to his home state of Virginia. True or false? Blue for true, red for false. Oh, I missed this guy. Career cut too short too quickly. True or false? Cam Chancellor moved back to his home state of Virginia. Time is up. Ooh, again, split down the audience. 50-50 questions, 50-50 split. 26 of the audience got this correct. If you said false, then you were right. He actually decided to stay here, continues to make his home here in the Pacific Northwest. Martin, did you get this one right?
Well, I was thinking, you gave me one of those, books for my birthday, and I was reading through them, and there was an interview with Cam Chancellor, and I was thinking, probably face-to-face type of interview, so I'm thinking he probably still is here, so that's what I thought. And then also he has been to Seahawks games. I saw him in the booth or something on TV.
He's been on the sideline. He's been on the sideline, I think, once in a while too. So good logic there. Calvin.
I actually had no idea, so I just guessed and said false, and seems like I got it right.
All right. When in doubt, it's good to be lucky. Robel, how did you do on this one?
I had no idea, but I said true. So.
Oh boy, that puts Martin at the lead with 6 and a tie for second between Cal and Robel. Stakes going up. Let's go to the scoreboard and see where we're at here. Change. Oh my goodness, Bob Simmons all the way to first. My buddy Bob Simmons moves to first. TJ Wilborn 1 moves to second. 12th man moves into the top 5 at third. Nick LeBeau, a new entry into the top 5 at fourth. Michael Mullins drops all the way to the 5th. What is happening? Total chaos on pandemonium here on NorbCam Trivia. Let's go to the next question.
Isn't
True or false? Dwayne Harper holds the record for most forced fumbles in a single season. True or false? Dwayne Harper holds the record for most forced fumbles in a single season. That's a picture of him right there, hitting Marcus Allen of the Raiders. True or false? Dwayne Harper holds the record for most forced fumbles in a single season. Time is up. Oh, again, these questions are just split right down the middle. 27 of you guys said true, which was the correct answer. 25 of you just missed it. But let's see how the panel did with Martin at the lead right now. Is he holding on to the lead?
I honestly just guessed here, and I went with false.
Oh, missed this one. Given an opportunity for one of our other two panelists to tie up the game. Calvin, did you tie up Martin with this question?
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm not this time around. I actually don't know who Dwayne Harper is, so I said false.
A little known name, not exactly the name you think of when you think of secondary guys making the impact like that. But Robel, did you get this tough question?
I said true.
Okay, so Robel, was that just a lucky guess?
Yeah, that was a guess.
Total guess. Okay, so Robel gets a lucky guess, puts it a tie for first between Martin and Robel, and Calvin stays at second, 1 point behind. Let's see how the YouTube scoreboard is changing. It's changing by the minute. This is exciting. This is one of the most lead changes I've ever seen in an NorbCam trivia game. Here we go. Let's see what happens now. Oh, Bob Simmons completely drops out of the top 5. TJ Wilborn 1 moves to first. 12th man close behind by 1 point only at second. Cameron Hughes in third. Michael Mullins back into the game in fourth. Flight in June moves into fifth. All these guys moving up quickly. And now things will get really interesting as we are into the final 3 questions, all worth double points. So here we go. Again, 50-50. I said this would be the easiest trivia question. I don't know. Maybe it's easier to guess, but hard to miss when you could have gone one way or the other. Here we go. Next question, worth double. The Seahawks defeated the Giants in the 2005 Monday Night Massacre game. True or false? The Seahawks defeated the Giants in the 2005 Monday Night Massacre game. True or false? Think 2005, our Super Bowl run, the first Super Bowl run. And time is up. Ooh, fooled the audience on that one. 14 of you said false and got that one correct. 36 of you missed that one. Yes, this was, I'm going to see if the panel knows this one. This was a sneaky one because I didn't even know they called this game the Monday Night Massacre game, but apparently that was what it was called. Let's see if how our panel did. Martin?
I thought we won because when you said Monday Night Massacre, I was thinking probably wasn't that the game like where the 12s went nuts or something. And so I thought we won because, you know, the 12s rallied the Hawks to the win. So, unfortunately, I lost. Well,
your logic is correct, and we did win the game. But that statement isn't entirely correct. Let's see if Calvin figured this one out. Calvin, any idea on this game?
Fortunately, I got it wrong.
Okay. Robel, how about you?
Yeah, I said true. I knew we destroyed some opponent, but I forgot it was the Redskins.
Well, that's actually not correct either. It was an NFC East opponent. The game I'm referring to, it was the Eagles. We talked about this, I believe, in the last trivia contest that we did. Again, the correct answer is false because it was not the Giants. It was the Eagles that we defeated in that massacre game. It was a 42-0 blowout. And in that game, I mentioned before that what's his name? Dyson. Was it Andre Dyson? No. The safety. Anyways, last name was Dyson. He had an interception for a touchdown, but on the play, as he went over the goal line, he got tackled and messed up his ankle, which had ramifications on why we lost the game in the Super Bowl. But that was a blowout against the Eagles, 42-0. All right, let's see how the YouTube scoreboard looks now after that question. Wow, a lot of changes, except at the top. TJ Wilborn 1 is still at the top. Sizable lead. Ian Ongers moves to second. Deron Everest to third. Tyler Greaves, pretty on fire here at the fourth spot. And Kegel's Bagels in fifth. Tyler Greaves with 3 in a row to get back in the game. Let's get to the next question. We have 2 more questions to go, both worth double. Here we go. True or false? Worth double points. Jim Zorn is the only left-handed quarterback in Seahawks history. True or false? Jim Zorn is the only left-handed quarterback in Seahawks history. True or false? There he is throwing with the lefty left arm against that expansion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But was he the only quarterback in Seahawks history? True or false? Time is up. Wow, again, another pretty close split in the audience. But if you said false, and I'm guessing most of you guessed this, you were correct. 20 of you out in YouTube land got this right. Well, let's go to the panel. I'm guessing that you guys probably had no clue. Let's start with you, Martin. Did you guess this right?
I got it right, but I was thinking maybe true for a second, but I'm like, wait a minute. I'm pretty sure it was another QB. I don't know if it was like, was it like Seneca Wallace or something?
Well, obviously, the fact that it was false, there was another, but it was not Seneca Wallace. But so you guessed correctly. You said false, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get the double points. Right now, that puts you currently tied with Robel. We'll see how this goes next. Calvin.
Well, I don't know too many left-handed quarterbacks, and so I just assumed that he was the only one. So I said false.
Oh, tough one to lose here, going down the stretch. Robel.
Yeah, I was with Calvin. I thought he was like the only one.
So Martin ties up the game again with 8 points. 8 points apiece with Calvin in with 5. That's going to make it a tough finish here. But to answer the question, Jim Zorn was the only starting quarterback. However, we did sign for a very brief time a left-handed quarterback named Paul McDonald in 1986. And those are the only 2 left-handed quarterbacks we've ever had on the Seahawks roster. Paul McDonald, I don't think he ever played a game. He was just on the squad for a very short amount of time. So anytime you want to impress your friends, there you go. Throw a question like that their way. All right, let's see how the scoreboard shakes out here. That was a tricky one, guys. Sorry to do that to you, but let's see what happens here. Couple of changes. TJ Wilborn still in first. Kegel's Bagels moves up to second. Right behind him, Blizzard Peak moves to third. Ian Ongers at fourth, and Deron Everest in fifth. Pretty tight competition, but especially at the top. Plenty of opportunity to steal a victory with this last question. Let's see how it goes. And as usual, I go with a NorbCam-centric question on this one. So let's see how you guys do. Here we go. The final question, worth double. True or false? My first NorbCam reaction video was shot during a 49ers game. True or false? The first NorbCam reaction video was shot during a 49ers game. True or false? For those of you who know my stuff, this is an easy one. For those of you who don't, well, you might get lucky and guess. 3 seconds. Time is up. Oh, look at that. Split down the middle. 20 of you got that correct. It is false. And I'm going to let my panel, hopefully one of you guys will know the correct answer to that one. Let's go to the panel right here. Martin, with a tie game on the line. I have a feeling you know this one. Martin, tell me you knew this answer.
Yeah. I was going down to like the first videos and I realized, oh yeah, he got copyrights, the copyright stuff. So the first video, it seems like it's the Who's Got My Back video. Then I look on Vimeo and I'm like, oh, it's the Buccaneers one. So.
There you go. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the 2013 Super Bowl run. Calvin, I know this is at this point, you can't catch Martin, but at least this, you can play for pride right here. Did you get this question right, my friend?
Man, earlier you were talking about how you were having a bad day. I think you kind of passed it on to me because
oh, man.
I think 3 or 4 in a row wrong, but I got this one wrong.
It's not how you start, but how you finish. And the finish just hasn't been there today, man. Sorry to hear that. Robel, how about you? Are you going to finish this game with a tie? Or did you did you relinquish the lead to Martin for good?
It's a tie.
You got it.
No.
I definitely knew it was that legendary Mets game.
Nice. Wow, we're going to have to find a way to solve this one between the two of you guys. But let's go to the YouTube land and find out who is going to be a future guest host on the show. Here we go. In third place with 10,177, Bob Simmons. My buddy Bob Simmons gets on the podium. And his second is Kegels Bagels at number 1. TJ Wilborn 1 finishes with 11,186 points, 9 out of 12 questions, a solid 75% average. Very, very good with Kegels Bagels, just a little bit behind. And my buddy Bob Simmons finishing third, which is ironic because my friend, if this is indeed the real Bob Simmons, he doesn't know anything about sports. So it's pretty funny that he hit up. Like I said, this was the easiest game you could win. The fact that he got on the podium cracks me up. So there we go. And Nick LeBeau says you should do more true false trivia. Sorry, my screen just cut off there. Let's see. It says, should do more true false trivia. It's fun seeing all the lead changes. I went from 36 to like 15 and then to 4. Yeah, it is pretty cool how the lead changes were so extreme. So anyway, that was a heck of a lot of fun. Congratulations. Take a screenshot of TJ Wilborn 1. Take a screenshot of your victory if you still have it on your phone, just to prove that it's you. But send me an email at norb@norbcam.com, and we'll connect with you on how to get on a future show. So. And then for everybody else for playing, I appreciate you guys doing this. This was always a lot of fun. I agree. Maybe true false is the way to go because it is exciting to see all the lead changes, and it gives anybody a chance to be on the podium. Guys, were there any surprise questions in here that that you were completely surprised by the answer of? Start with Martin. Start with you, since we've been going with you first in all these questions. So. Yeah, any trick ones? Any surprise questions in there?
Probably the left-handed one because I have no clue. But for the surprise questions one, I'm not really sure. Like there are a lot. Most of them I just guessed, but I'm forgetting which ones. But yeah, the left-handed QB, and then there's that one was like the Dwayne Harper, something like that guy. Yeah, I didn't know that one either.
Okay. All right. Let's go to Calvin. Calvin, what was the question?
I think the one where you asked about, does Matt Hasselbeck have like the most 400-yard passing games?
Yes.
I kind of just assumed that because he's been there for a while that he's accumulated the most, but I forgot who he said, but I was kind of surprised to see the answer to that one.
Dave Craig, man.
Yeah, Dave Craig.
Yeah, I know. We forget about the guys for the past because you just feel like those guys didn't really accomplish as much when you think about, never made it to the Super Bowl. But yeah, Dave Craig, man, he threw some for some yards back there. They let it fly. Robel, how about you? Any questions in there that you particularly found surprising or tricky?
I was so surprised by the left-handed quarterback question because there's not many left-handed quarterbacks, and yeah.
All right. Well, we got to figure out a way here on the spot to figure out how to determine who got first and second. So we're going to do this really simply. I've got a number behind my back. You guys are going to guess whoever's closest. You want a Seahawks question?
Yeah.
Oh man, I got to come up with a good one on the fly here. Let me think here. Let me think. What will be a good one? Okay, I got it. Okay, you have to write your answer down so that way I can actually see what it is. Because otherwise, you could just say you came up with something. But I've got to hear what it. That way there's proof. Hopefully I'm right about this. Going off the top of my head. Okay. You guys ready? You got this ready to write down? Okay, so I'm going to ask the question. Write your answer down. I'll have you show it. Okay? All right, here we go. What team? What team did we play in the last appearance that Percy Harvin played for the Seahawks? What team did we play against in his last game as a Seahawk? You have 3 seconds. Do, 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 do. Actually, that's more than 3 seconds. Time's up. You guys ready? You have an answer?
I had no idea.
Okay. Robel, what did you say? Robel is a guest. You go first. Chargers. Okay. And Martin, what'd you get?
I thought it was Broncos at first.
My answer was Chargers too.
That was incorrect. Oh God, we have to have another tiebreaker. Goodness gracious! The correct answer would be the Dallas Cowboys.
The third game. Oh, we were 1 game off.
Yeah, that was a painful game. That was that game where it was 3rd and 21. All we had to do was sack Romo. All I had to do was sack Romo, and he threw a 22-yard pass, got the completion. We ended up losing that game. That was a game. Remember, there was a big controversy because Percy Harvin wouldn't go in. They wanted to put him in, and he refused to go in or something. And I remember the reason I found that out was because I was on my way to St. Louis to watch the game between the Seahawks and the Rams, and I found out on the before heading over there that the Percy Harvin had been released, and shock waves went through the entire 12 nation. Okay, so I got to come up with another one. Man, you guys are making this hard now. I got to actually come up with trivia questions on the fly that I actually know the answers to. Let me think here. Okay. Let me double check this to make sure this is right. Hold on. Pretty sure I know this one. Just got to make sure it's right. Okay. What was the final score of the divisional game between the Seahawks and the Panthers in the 2015 season? What was the final score?
31-24. I was at that game, so I had to know.
Oh, you got that quick. Martin?
Yeah, there was no way.
31-24. Oh my gosh.
Wait, what did you write down?
31-24.
So we tied it again. Oh my gosh.
Weren't you also at that game?
I was at that game too, yes.
That was sad. I remember that one. I was watching in Canada. We were down all.
Hey, Calvin. Okay, Calvin, I'm going to throw it your way. You come up with a question, Calvin. Give you a chance to stump the band.
I got you. Let's see. Let me just look this up real quick.
Make sure. This is live TV, live game show TV right here.
I had to go outside with my brothers, and I was. Oh.
You have to what? You got to get out of here?
I had to go play. I saw my brothers soon. But I just want to finish this.
All right, you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay. So what's Russell Wilson's career high in interceptions for a season?
Oh my god.
Are we going to do... Wait. In case they don't get this right, how are we going to make sure we pick a winner? Closest? Just closest to the number?
Yeah, closest.
Okay, over or under, right? Just closest.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Closest.
All right, closest by differential.
Oh my god.
Hold up.
Are you kidding me?
You guys both got it?
They both said 12.
Oh.
But the answer is 11.
Oh my gosh.
12.
Oh, this is crazy. Okay. I'm going to give you another shot. Do another one. I'm going to have to come up with another on my own. Cal, you got another one in your back pocket? I'm going to go to the audience here and see if they know.
Let me see. Let's see.
My dad's going to get mad at me for so long.
You might have to forfeit.
I'm going to have to explain this big time.
Tell me, it's really important. This is like life-changing stuff right here.
Okay. How about this? So, what rank is Russell Wilson in career passer rating in NFL history?
Good question.
Ooh, we have a winner.
Oh, wait. What was it? Okay, wait. Robel said third. And Martin, what did you say? And Martin,
Martin, you got it right, Martin.
So was it second? I didn't see his answer. Was it second?
Yes, sir. He's second.
Oh, by a nose, by a hair, he got that one. Okay. Well, Mark, congratulations. You made it through triple overtime to prove your superior intellect with the knowledge of the Seattle Seahawks, man. The encyclopedia. The Seahawks encyclopedia is back. Nice job. Well, Martin, I know you got to go. So you want to say any final words before you take off?
Yep. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to everybody's channel. Go Hawks. See you guys.
All right.
Bye.
All right, Martin. Nicely done. Okay. Well, again, thank you everybody for playing. That was fun. It was unexpectedly close finish there. Robel, sorry, man. You were so close. By one. I mean, missed it by one. You're any closer than that. But I do appreciate you being a guest on the show. You did very well. And tell people, and I actually didn't even really hear about do you have a YouTube channel as well? Do you do videos, or is it mostly on social media that you have your identity there?
Yeah, it's mostly on social media. On
Okay. All right, there's Instagram there, Robel Tatek. And yeah, well, thanks for being on. I appreciate it, man. It's been a lot of fun, so we hope to do this again in the future. And finally, Calvin, some parting words as we wrap up this show. Just tell the users one more time, the viewers out there, where they can find you.
Yes, sir. So real quick, I just want to give a quick shout out to Tyler Parcher. I hope you're watching. Here's a shout out. And then
Tyler.
Every single Saturday, you can listen to Noah Now on the radio, on the KGRG app, or at KGRG 89.9 FM. We talk sports from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. If for some reason you can't make it during any of those times, we always post our podcast on SoundCloud. Link will be in the description. And then on YouTube, I post weekly videos at Steezy A. Smith. Once again, link will be in the description. Don't forget to show some love. Just dropped a video talking about why Russell Wilson will be the MVP next season. And then can't forget my partner, Con, at DJ Squabo, DJ SQUABO. He posts daily videos in the world of sports. Seahawks Martin, he has his Seahawks Martin show every single Saturday. Can't miss that. And then last but not least, my guy Norb, showing all of us love, always inviting us on, always a pleasure to be on. Don't forget to subscribe to him, like this video, drop a comment, and show us some love, please.
Yeah, and hit that bell. When you do so, hit that bell for all the channels so that you always get that notification as soon as a video drops. All right, we will do this again if everything works out. We'll do this again on Wednesday for our usual weekly Wednesday show, and Noah will be joining us back again on that time, and we'll talk about whatever news might have come up between now and then. And we'll do another trivia contest on Wednesday at 3 o'clock, assuming we don't have any computer issues. So hopefully Wednesday at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time this Wednesday. Until next time, we'll talk to you guys all later. Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.